Have you ever really considered that your everyday interactions, how you talk to people, how you treat them, that it's all a direct reflection of your deepest beliefs? It's a question that kind of cuts right to the core, doesn't it?
It really does.
Well, today we're taking a deep dive into some truly fascinating insights from Premanand Ji Maharaj.
Right.
He tackles some pretty fundamental questions, how we view the world, how we treat each other, and what real spiritual progress actually looks like.
And what makes this so compelling now, I think, is how these messages, these really popular ones we're seeing, well, they kind of emerged after he'd faced some criticism for a statement of women previously.
Right. That's an important context. So this deep dive is really focusing on these more recent perspectives, the ones that have, well, as the source said, shook human perception.
Exactly. What's fascinating here, I find, is how these messages connect our individual thought processes, like really directly, to how society functions, to our well-being, and even, spiritual fulfillment.
It really challenges us to look inward, doesn't it?
Definitely. To examine the very foundations of how we see things.
Absolutely. So our mission today really is to unpack these core insights, like how our thinking can actually bring about societal change. The critical role our attitude towards women plays in all this.
Crucial point.
And what the real essence of devotion truly is. We want to show you why these ideas, why they matter for your own understanding and your own growth right now.
Okay, so Premanand Ji Maharaj, he really hits hard with this idea that our attitude towards women isn't just, a personal ideology.
Right.
He says it's actually a mirror of our inner sanskar and culture.
Sanskar.
Yeah.
Maybe we should clarify that quickly.
Yeah, good point. Sanskar here refers to those deep-seated impressions, our values, even the cultural conditioning we kind of inherit or absorb.
Got it. So it's deep stuff.
Very deep. And he states pretty unequivocally that the connection of the basic soul of any society depends on how it deals with the sensitive and delicate part present within its society.
And he's clear. That part is women.
He explicitly says this most important part is women.
Wow. That's quite a striking statement, isn't it?
It is.
It makes you really consider how our individual views aren't just isolated thoughts floating around.
No, they're indicators, powerful indicators of something collective.
Yeah. And he also points out, doesn't he, that these wrong thinking and beliefs about women are often deeply established in society.
Deeply established, yes. It's not seen as just a surface issue.
So, okay, if our internal worldview has these, real external consequences for society, how does Maharaj suggest we even begin to shift something that's so ingrained?
Well, he argues it absolutely starts with the individual. It's about the inner work.
Okay.
And he takes that idea even further. He declares, if you worship God and you have wrong feelings towards any woman, then understand that your sadhana is completely incomplete.
Sadhana, meaning your spiritual practice.
Exactly, your spiritual discipline, your efforts. He makes it profoundly clear that this kind of wrong thinking towards women isn't just, a social problem we need to fix out there.
Right.
It's also the biggest obstacle in our spiritual progress.
Right.
Right here, inside.
Wow. Okay, so Maharaj is really drawing a direct, unbreakable line between our inner spiritual journey and how we treat others, specifically women. That's a profound reframing for a lot of people, I imagine.
It really is.
He says, considering a woman weak, incomplete, or limited to only one role, that's actually an injustice to the creation made by God. What's the deeper implication there?
Well, I think it speaks to the inherent divinity and completeness he sees in all of creation. Seeing anyone as less than is fundamentally misunderstanding that divine creation.
Right.
And to reinforce that, he reminds us, and this is quite powerful, that the mother of all great knowledgeable saints and Mahatmas is a woman.
That really highlights the foundational role, doesn't it? Not just socially, but in the lineage of spiritual understanding itself.
Exactly. It challenges any notion of inherent inferiority.
He shares a quote that really drives this home, too. He says, whomever you think wrongly after seeing, she is also made by my Sham. Insulting her is insulting Sham.
And Sham being
a reverent name for Lord Krishna, or the divine consciousness that Maharaj venerates. So insulting any woman is like insulting the divine itself.
flat direct.
Yeah. And he even mentions inspiring women saints like Mirabai in this context.
Which just, reinforces the point about females' spiritual capacity and achievement. This really brings up an important question, I think. How often do we truly connect our spiritual aspirations, the things we pray for or meditate on, with our actual everyday conduct, our perceptions of the people right in front of us?
That's a really good point. It's easy to separate those, isn't it?
Very easy. So for someone trying to live these principles, what's a common pitfall, maybe, that Maharaj warns against? We're trying to integrate, devotion with just daily life.
Well, that's a perfect transition, actually, because having explored how our outer interactions sort of mirror our inner state, Maharaj then guides us even further inward towards the very essence of devotion itself.
Okay.
And, his own life, his discourses, they're described as a direct example of simplicity and compassion. He really unpacks this idea that the basic connection of devotion to God is not with any big event or external show.
Not the pomp and circumstance.
Exactly. Not the big festivals necessarily, but it lies in the spiritual sadhana of man, which means, chanting the name of God, selfless love, that inner work again.
He uses a really powerful analogy here. He says that before lighting a ghee lamp in the temple in front of God, one should try to erase the darkness present within his mind. Only then there will be real light.
So it's about inner purification before the outward display.
Precisely. Think about it this way. If your mind is still clouded with, say, judgment or negativity or those wrong feelings towards others we just discussed, then lighting that physical lamp, well, it's almost. It lacks the real substance.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If we're so focused on the outward ritual, how much darkness, as he puts it, are we just ignoring right inside our own minds?
It's a challenging thought.
But here's where it gets really interesting for me. Maharaj says devotion isn't just worship in the traditional sense. It's something that should fundamentally reshape our behavior.
How so?
And our very thought patterns. How does he suggest, devotion actually manifests in our everyday actions beyond just the temple?
Well, to clarify, he means that devotion does not mean only chanting the name of God.
Okay.
But it means to imbibe the basic feeling associated with that power.
Imbibe the feeling, like internalize the essence.
Exactly. It's about integrating the qualities of that divine power, maybe love, compassion, truth, into your actual being, your way of thinking and acting. Not just performing the ritual disconnectedly.
So it's an internal transformation that then naturally reflects outwardly.
That seems to be the core idea, yes.
He describes true devotion so beautifully, too. He says it's like a lamp, which does not get extinguished by the wind, but it keeps shining in our soul like a wick of love. That's lovely, isn't it?
It really is. Constant, steady.
Yeah. And he emphasizes it's a continuous stream flowing in every moment of life with every breath.
Wow. Not just specific times or places.
No. Done peacefully, without stopping and without pomp. It doesn't need, any special event, occasion, or grandeur. It's just always there.
Or should be.
A constant inner state.
So, okay, pulling all this together. What does this all mean for you listening right now? This deep dive into Premanand Ji Maharaj's teachings, it really drives home the point, I think. That the most powerful changes both, within us and in the world around us, they really start with our thoughts, our perceptions.
That inner world is the source.
Exactly. It's about that profound link between our inner attitude, especially toward women, as he highlights, and the health of our society.
And how that attitude directly impacts our own spiritual progress. Right. And finally, understanding the true nature of devotion. Simple, continuous, internal, not just outward show.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, maybe, it really suggests that true spiritual work isn't confined, to a temple or a specific ritual or a certain time of day. Instead, it's this active, continuous engagement with how we treat others, how we manage our own minds, how we treat ourselves, like every single moment.
It really challenges us to reconsider where we place our focus, doesn't it? If we're looking for genuine progress.
Definitely.
So after hearing all this, here's a thought to maybe sit with. What's one darkness within your own mind, maybe related to your perceptions of others, or perhaps your practice of kindness, or even just a nagging judgment that you might try to gently erase before lighting that symbolic lamp?
Yeah, and maybe consider how these principles, this way of thinking, might guide your own actions or your understanding of what real progress looks like, not just in your personal life, but maybe in the broader society you're a part of. How could these ideas ripple outwards?